Alright guys, want to welcome you back to the April installment of Bust Your Stash with Dawn and Rachel. And last month we bashed a 12 by 12 or remnants of a 12 by 12. And if you haven't checked that out, definitely go do so. Dawn had a super fun project. I love what she did with that. And for this month I picked finding one of the oldest remnants of a card kit that you have and use that. So another deep dive stash busting. So Dawn's video will be linked as soon as I have the link available. I will pop it into the description, but her channel, her regular one and her mixed media one will be listed down in the description box below. So definitely check it out. So for this month, for April's challenge, like I said, it was find your oldest remnants of a card kit and use that so we can use it up. And I went through all of my stuff, and this is, as far as I can recall, this is the oldest remnants of a card kit that I have. This was actually the very first Love from Lizi kit that I ever received when I signed up for the subscription. And I believe this was in the fall of 2020 when I signed up. But don't quote me. It's been long enough now that I'm not exactly clear, but I'm pretty sure, because the kit that I used from Love from Lizi to pair it with that 12 by 12 pad for last month, that was the kit I got in, I believe it was June of 2021. So this would have been October of 2020. But again, I don't remember. If those of you got this, you may remember. It's clearly, I cannot imagine this thing is still available. I haven't seen it anywhere on her website. So this is, like I said, the oldest card kit that I have in my stash, I think, from anything that I've gotten over the past few years. So in any case, I don't want to get too bogged down on that. So this is all I have left from that kit are the stickers, or most of the stickers from the sticker sheet. And I have these pages from her little paper pad that came with it. And here you can see that you can use the one side or the other. They're double-sided, and I believe it's 6 by 8 are the size, or roughly thereabouts. It's a 6 by 8 pad of paper. And she had included like recipe card things that you could use. I don't know that I still have those. Those might have all been converted into cards. Like I said, it's been so long, I don't really recall. I only know this is all I have left from it. So just do a quick flip through so you see the pages that I'm using here to smash the stash for this month. And I love the colors. Love the colors. I don't know that those are part of it, but they were in there and they matched, so I grabbed them for like matting or whatever. So I just kept them with it. I have loose papers in drawers behind me, so that's where I started, because I thought anything I have that's going to be the oldest is likely going to be in there, and I was right, because that's where I found this. And I also like how if you wanted to, you could share recipes. You could make a little recipe book. I think that was the theme of this kit, was making like a little recipe book or whatever. But you can turn them and use them into the cards and stuff like that, because she had some embellishments and everything that I've already used. And then this is what's left of the paper, and then again here are the stickers that are left over. So, and again, I really like these colors. So that's the actual thing that I'm going to be stash busting. So this will be using my oldest card kit remnants that I have in my stash. So it's focusing on the Love from Lizi. This is the main thing that I'm using, and the rest are just going along with it to stash bust some of the extra papers that will work with it. So without further ado, I'm going to stop here. For now, I'm going to tip over into the music part and work on some cards, and then I will meet you back for the recap. Okay, guys, I have completed the April Bust Your Stash challenge, and I'm gonna hurry up and get through this because I want to go over and see what Dawn did. I have not seen yet what her project was. And if you haven't subscribed to Dawn, definitely do so. All the links will be down in the description box below because she is just fantastic at what she does. She also has a second channel, which is, I believe it's called I can't remember. I'm gonna stop, but it's linked down below. I can never remember how to say it correctly right now, but it is linked down there in with the her main channel, as well as I will put in the link for her April challenge video. I try to make sure I link that as well every month now that we've been doing this. Can you believe this is like our fourth challenge so far? And I think we are just plowing through our stuff, which is fantastic. And I really hope you guys are too. I really hope you're jumping in on that bandwagon. She has a Facebook group as well. I never remember to say that. I don't know why. But if you have not signed up on her Facebook group, I definitely encourage you to do so. There's just all kinds of fun, crafty stuff going on over there. You just have to answer 3 questions to make sure that you're not a bot, and you should be in. It's just a great supportive community over there, and we have so much fun. So definitely join in on that as well. So like I said, all the links will be in the description for her channel, both of them, and this month's video. And then I'm going to get to this really quick because then I want to go see what she did. Because I love watching her work. It is so much fun. And she is amazing. I just cannot stress that enough. So it is so much fun doing this challenge with her. And just another thing I want to point out, if you're wondering why I am plowing and doing so many cards in all these challenges, is because I really need to refill my entire card stock for the upcoming craft show season. In particular, I do need a bunch more because we have a craft show, just one for the spring. It's going to be on the June 1st. It's an outdoor show, so hopefully, oh gosh, hopefully the weather will be good. So I have a lot of cards that I need to make between now and then. So that's why you're going to see I'm going to be doing so many cards, and I'm keeping the layouts relatively simple. Like, it's sort of like I'm using a mental card sketch, and I'll either go, like this or whatever, but I'm just keeping them simple. I'm not thinking too much um, on the backgrounds in terms of different kinds of backgrounds, just whatever simple thing that I can think of, that's what I'm throwing down, because the more simple I make the backgrounds, the faster I can work. And then you'll see I'm also doing what I call the batch processing, where you'll see where I'm cutting down card bases, folding them, getting them ready to use, then doing backgrounds, cutting down the papers for the backgrounds, then putting them on the cards, that kind of thing. When you do in the processing, it makes it go so much faster. So I'm really, really trying to crank through the cards, but I also want to make sure that they look good. So I'm trying to put more attention into the decorating, if that makes sense. But in any case, I don't want to get off too much. If you're wondering why I'm so focused, hyper focused probably on making cards, that's why, because I did not have very many left from last year. But I did do the obligatory Christmas card because, when Dawn and I were chatting when we set up doing this challenge, I had said I never have enough Christmas cards. And she said, well, let's do this. With every project that we do, regardless of what that project is for the Bust Your Stash, we have to make one Christmas card. So that's what I did here. So I'll probably start with that one when I do the quick recap. So, again, I'm trying to keep this pretty simple and straightforward so I can get over and see what Dawn did. So one other note, this was the initial stack of cards, and I thought this was all I had left, but when I was digging through my drawers of 12 by 12, I have drawers of like all the loose 12 by 12, no, 12 by 12 papers that I have. I found a sheet of cut apart tags from this kit that I didn't realize I still had, of course. So I couldn't not do it, since this is part of the whole challenge, was to use up the entire remnants of this card kit. Because again, this was the October 2020 Love from Lizi. This was the very first card kit I ever got from Lizi's online shop, when I signed up, and I love it. And this is all I have left too. Let me show you. Now that I've used that 12 by 12 cut apart, this is literally all I have left. I have just a handful of stickers, and these I can actually use with recipes that I have. I'm kind of putting together a recipe book, I guess you could call it, and these would be perfect. So I specifically did not use these for that reason, although I had meant to use this border, but I forgot. So that I'll probably just work with the little recipe book I'm putting together. So that's literally now all I have left from the Love from Lizi October 2020 card kit. There were 14 left. It was a sheet of 15 tags. I had only used one, and so I'll get to those in just a second. Let me kind of go in order. Start with what I did first. Oh, they're falling everywhere. Okay, so this is the Christmas card. And again, I just kept it simple. This part was actually from another random batch of paper that I cut up. I was going to use as matting to, I wasn't sure what I would need to use with the Love from Lizi to fill in, but I really liked it, and I thought that would be perfect for the Christmas card. It was a kind of like a vintage style Christmas paper pack that I had gotten from, I think this was from Michael's. Yeah, this was a Michael's one where it had like a vintage Christmas theme to it. So I just chopped it all up to use as the background. Um, but I think this and only a few other bits were what I actually ended up having to use for this project. So I just took it, paired it up with the, let's see, oh yeah, here we go. I had a sheet of this red paper, and I used that as a matting layer for the bird. And then this bottom layer here was part of this kit, so I just tied it all in together because it echoes the colors I thought of the bird. And then I just brought in a Tim Holtz sentiment, finished it off with 3 gemstones, so this little bit of the gold foiled lettering on the page wasn't just sitting there for no apparent reason. So that was a Christmas card. And then I liked this image too, so I left it whole, even though I pretty much only make the A2 size, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I did not want to cut it, so I made it a larger card on some black cardstock and matted it on the like an olive green. So that was actually the first 2 cards I made out of the entire project. And then here's just a quick flip through. Again, just trying to mix up the backgrounds. I mean mix up the embellishments on the backgrounds and use up those stickers and stuff. I did bring in some loose sentiments that I had die cut out a while ago that I was also trying to use up. So it was a bit of a stash busting on this one, bringing in additional items I needed to get rid of or use up. So again, just kind of playing around with it, using the matting layers to build up that interest on the paper and kind of get everything to tie together. Because once I started running out of the papers, then it got a little bit difficult, like trying to figure out a way to use these recipe cards as a focal point or a background or something like that. So I had to get a little bit creative on there, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't quite as much of a challenge as last month and trying to get the stuff to coordinate. But that was so much fun. I still can't believe I pulled that off. That was insane. This was not that big. Oh man. I don't know if I could do 2 of those back to back. But in any case, like I said, you can see just using a very simple background layout, just keeping it simple, and then putting more of the focus in the decorating to get all the papers to work together. So that was the first round of cards that I did. And then this is what I had to do when I found that extra page that I had missed from the card kit. you probably saw I tried to leave in as much of that as I could for a little bit more behind the scenes kind of a thing of like the process. And I had a packet of paper scrap remnants that I'm trying to use. I only have about a quarter of it left. So I didn't want to really bring in anything else. So I struggled really hard to bring in the papers from that little pocket to work with the cut apart tags. So sorry, my brain is just, yeah, not had enough coffee, I guess. So again, trying to mix it up, trying to mix up the different backgrounds to get the tags to work with a variety of patterns, since I was only working with fairly small scraps. There was only maybe, I don't even know how many were larger, where I could use like this size, this brown paper, to fill up the background. So I had to be strategic with that too, to kind of maximize the use of those scraps as well. So in any case, like I said, you can see here where I used the layers and then brought in the additional elements to make the tags work. And then this one I just outright converted. Like this blue part was part of the original tag, and then the bottom part was white. So I figured I would come in with 2 strips of scrap paper to fill it in, and then went the rest of the way with the red and the thank you sentiment to finish it off. So that was probably one of the bigger challenges I had, was figuring out what to do to get it all to go together. And I like that red looked really nice. That was like unexpected, but it worked. So that's where I went with it. And then I kind of did it again here. You can see where I brought in some red elements to tie in with that tag, and then mixed it up with the blue, and then brought in the gemstones to echo the blue. So just, really trying to push that envelope and get past I tend to like everything to be matchy-matchy, and I'm really trying to get myself out of that, because if I'd have done that, I would have completely missed out on all the fun I had putting these together, or what I did with last month's challenge. So I'm trying to break myself of that habit that everything has to completely match, because it doesn't. You can make it look good and make it work together and make it look different, just as much as you can making it all look matchy-matchy. So it was a lot of fun. Definitely not as big of a project as last month, but it was equally as satisfying. So now I can say I have used up the 2020 Love from Lizi kit from my oldest remnants. And yeah, so that was just a quick recap. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, if I didn't say it out loud, I really hope you guys are dipping into your stash busting too. I really, really hope you're taking advantage and using this as a springboard to tackle the things that you haven't been using in your craft room. Because that's what we want. That was not only the point of using up what we have, but encouraging people to join in and go through their stuff and use it up. And, seriously, just love it. Just love it. It really is so satisfying to be able to do that. So I'm going to leave it off here, because I really, really, really want to go see what Dawn did. So take care, stay safe, and I will definitely be seeing you in the next video.